In our gospel this week, we can really feel the liturgical season in full right now. At the end of the liturgical year, we're building up to next weekend, is going to be the Solemnity of Christ the King, and the following week is the first Sunday of Advent, the new year in the church year. When we get to these last weeks in ordinary time, the readings really focus on Jesus' second coming, and concepts of judgment at the end of our lives and things along those lines. And so this gospel passage, Jesus is talking about the signs of when he'll return. And he's using language that very often in the Bible is poetic language, right? The stars falling, the sun and moon being darkened, all this global calamity, earthquakes and all that kind of thing. A lot of the prophets use that language to talk about the day of the Lord and the day when Jerusalem would be destroyed. When Jerusalem was destroyed and the temple was beaten in by the Babylonian Empire in 586 BC, it felt like it was the end of the world. It felt like this cosmic crisis. And in fact, the temple itself is meant to be a microcosm, a miniature cosmos, right? So inside the temple, there are plants to make it look like a Garden of Eden. There's sun, moon, stars, things depicting them at least, and stars up on the ceiling and things like that. So when the roof collapses, it looks like the sun and the moon and the stars are falling in. So often the prophets were speaking very poetically about that. Now with regard to Jesus, we don't know. We won't know until the end of the world. Does he mean poetically? Sort of like the prophets, it's going to feel like this big calamity, but it might not really actually mean stars falling out of the sky? Or is it literally going to mean outer space is collapsing in on planet Earth? We don't know. It could be either one. But here's what we do know. Jesus says, don't worry. If we're following him, if we're living our lives in relationship with him, if we're close to him, we don't need to worry. We just need to be prepared to meet him. And if we're in relationship with him now, if we're in friendship with him now, meeting him then won't be this scary, horrible thing, because we already know him. We're already used to talking to him. And so that's why Jesus' words to us when he's talking about these things are just watch. Don't get fixated on times and when, where, and how, and what's it going to look like and all that kind of thing. You can drive yourself neurotic trying to look at this calendar and that calendar and figure out when they all end and all that sort of thing. You're not going to know. You don't need to worry about it. You just need to stay close to Jesus. That's the whole point, right? And so as we wind down this liturgical year and amp up towards the fall and winter holidays, just keep that in mind. Stay close to Jesus, stay close to Jesus, stay close to Jesus.